well, why would I want to have sex with you right now? I don't feel connected to you at all. And the man will say, yeah, we're connected. That's why we should have sex. Right? And it feels like this horrible standoff.
Well, I mean, what about things like lingerie, role playing, all these,
Yeah, those are great too. We don't want you to just touch us when you want sex. Playing with toys can be fun too. There are definitely a lot of toys to experiment with in the bedroom. Dirty talk. This is another way that people go to extremes. They think dirty talk, like, oh, I'm going to have to sound like some cheesy porn star. I don't want to, be saying all these ridiculous, like, ma'am, you forgot your, here's your pizza. You forgot the payment for it, right? One of my favorite series that we do is we act out horrible sex positions that we find online. So we're like making total fools of ourselves, like twisted over, upside down. There's no way this position could work. And it's like, just send that to your partner and laugh about that. Like, look at these guys acting like total idiots on the internet. I thought this woman was supposed to be a professional. So like, just laugh about it. This is silly. This is funny. Where it's not that every conversation has to be that you're trying to achieve something. It just becomes this more comfortable topic between the two of you.
When do you advise people to bring these conversations up? Is there like a window that we're looking for here, or just
start now?
Spontaneously just bring it up.
Yeah, read the room. If your partner's like in the middle of doing a ton of things, or obviously really stressed out and in a bad mood, probably that's not going to be the best time to like, hey babe, what's your favorite sexual memory with me? So maybe like more a quiet time, like maybe before bed between the two of you, or if you're out on a walk together, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So acknowledgement to
connection. Connection is the second conversation. So we like to think of physical and emotional intimacy as two sides of the same coin. A lot of people were surprised to see that, one of the 5 conversations is about emotional intimacy. I thought this book was about sex. But we really think that physical and emotional intimacy are just deeply entwined. And this can be an issue for a lot of couples. As we've found, people tend to fall into one of two camps. You either want to feel emotionally connected before you have sex, or sex for you is a way that opens up emotional connection. That's how you feel the most connected to your partner. Do you have a sense of what type you might be? Do you like to feel connected beforehand, or is sex a way that you feel the most connected?
Probably the way I feel most connected.
Yeah, that's pretty typical for men. But Xander and I are actually the reverse of like the typical gender dynamic. I like sex as a way of opening up connection too. So this is another way that men and women really misunderstand each other, because like I said, most people tend to fall into the woman's the one who wants to feel emotionally connected before sex, but the man is the one who feels more connected through sex. And so it can lead to this standoff where the classic fight is, the woman will say like, well, why would I want to have sex with you right now? I don't feel connected to you at all. And the man will say, yeah, we're connected. That's why we should have sex. And it feels like this horrible standoff of who gets to go first. And what we forget in that conversation is we both want both things. This is just such a classic way that men and women misunderstand each other. We both want to feel emotionally connected and close to each other, and we both want to feel physically connected, physically close to each other. But we wind up in this stalemate of feeling like, you don't understand me, you want something totally different. So it's really important to recognize that that's what we're both wanting. And so that's why, like I said earlier, I think it's so important for women to recognize, like, when your man is initiating with you, what he's really saying is, I want to feel close to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a way that men sabotage their ability to have more sex with their partner, is that they don't share with her that emotional component of sex. So many women, they think, he's just horny. He just wants to get off. I could be any warm body, it doesn't matter. And a lot of men, they just perpetuate that stereotype because they never share that actual like intimacy part of it. So one of the best ways to do this is right after sex. A lot of men will say, like, that's when I feel the closest to my partner. I'm the most open. I'm vulnerable. Like, that's when I feel the closest. But what do most of us do right after we have sex? We jump up and we go about our day. We get on our phones. We go to the bathroom. We're missing that opportunity. I call that aftercare. that moment after sex to really like linger in that intimacy that you've just built and created. So if a man were to tell his partner just like, I feel so close to you right now. I love you. That was amazing. Thank you. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. Simple, something simple like that. That would go a really long way in helping women recognize like, oh, this isn't just a physical release that he's looking for. He actually wants to connect with me.
Okay. Okay. Anything that men should do before?
Before, yes. So, okay, I always used to use the phrase, women want more emotional intimacy. And Xander and I had so many great conversations about this. He told me, a lot of men, we hear the phrase emotional intimacy, and we don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just kind of feels big and scary and like, I don't know. And as men, you're socialized not to be emotional, right? Like, you're not supposed to show your feelings. That's not what a real man does. So it's harder for you guys to understand like what that means.
I think a lot of people think it means, that it's, I mean, what am I trying to say here?
Yeah. When I say the phrase, if your wife were to say, I want us to feel more emotionally intimate.
I would take that, I'm probably way off here. I would take that as I need to be romanced into it, and it's going to become this big, long, drawn out period of time where, I don't know, maybe it's flowers cooking for you, and it becomes like this long process to get to sex.
So it sounds like a lot of work.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of planning.
Okay. So yeah, and
versus
of course,
just
it feels overwhelming.
saying it.
Yeah, like, I got to do this every time. It's like, there's only so much time we have in the day, and I have to do this whole thing every time. Yeah, so it sounds overwhelming, right? So that's what Xander really helped me understand about men. It feels overwhelming for us, and we don't know what to do. And I think there's a lot of, like he shared with me, that sometimes I feel kind of embarrassed about that. Like, I don't know, I'm not that classic, like, buy you flowers and write you poems kind of guy. So I kind of feel like I don't even know how to do this, and that feels a little bit embarrassing. So what I realized in talking to women is, sure, flowers are nice, planning a date night, those things are nice. But really what women are looking for is, we just want to know that you're interested in us.
Like that's what I was going to ask. Like, what a simple compliment.
Exactly. We just want to know that you're interested in us and getting to know us and who we are and what our experience is like. So many women say, like, it feels like all day my husband just ignores me. And then as soon as he wants sex, then he's all over me. But I'm like, hey, what about the rest of the day? You haven't shown any sort of interest in me whatsoever. So just show some interest in her. Like, ask her about her day and actually pay attention to her answer. Or ask her a more interesting question than, how was your day? Hey, what's something you've been thinking about lately? Just be nice to her. Give her a compliment. And again, it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, you look really beautiful today. Your eyes are just sparkling today. Like, man, you look so good. Touch her. This was one of the most interesting things that we've heard about from women. Like, women want more touch throughout the day. We don't want you to just touch us when you want sex, because that makes it feel like you're just trying to get something out of us. Mm-hmm. We want to feel that interest from you all throughout the day. So give her a hug and then back away. Don't let it linger and your hands start to creep down to her butt, right? Like, give her a kiss.
We can't help it
and then
sometimes.
Walk away. I promise you, there's nothing that turns a woman on more than a little tease.
Okay.
Like, we like that. Like, you get something started and then you walk away. There's no pressure. There's no expectation. Let us come to you a little bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, like, let's not think of emotional intimacy as this huge, overwhelming, scary topic. Like, let's boil it down into smaller things. Just say nice things to her. Give her a compliment every once in a while. Give her a hug out of the blue. Like, that's what's really going to make her feel more connected to you. I have a little trick that I call the dream scheme. Tell your partner you had a dream about it. It doesn't have to be true. It's a little tiny lie, which I don't normally advocate for, but if it gets you talking about sex, I'll be for it. So just tell your partner, you know what? I had a dream last night that we were doing XYZ, and I just can't get that out of my mind now. It was very sexy in the dream. That's also a great way to introduce something brand new, because it gives you a chance to gauge your partner's reaction. You can say something like, I've never thought about doing that before. You and I have never done that before, but the dream was pretty fun, and now I can't get it out of my mind. If your partner says like, yeah, that's interesting, but I'm not sure I'm open to doing that, that's okay. Or they might say, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. Maybe we could play around with that. So that's a nice way to introduce it. Or use this podcast as an example. I love using podcasts as opportunities to open up conversations. Hey, Shawn and Vanessa, we're talking about trying new things in the bedroom, and it got me thinking about X, Y, Z. That can be a great way too.
Do you make suggestions on things they should be trying in the bedroom?
Yeah. And again, it's really keeping it simple. Like positions can be a great way to mix things up. And again, it doesn't feel super overwhelming. It doesn't feel like wildly out of your comfort zone, but positions can make a big difference. And even making small tweaks on positions that you already do. So try putting a pillow underneath your hips. Try, instead of propping yourself up, bringing yourself down. Try twisting your body, a slightly different angle. So like make a little change to an old standby or an old favorite position. And sometimes even just the smallest changes in the angle can feel like a totally different experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about things like lingerie, role playing, all these,
Yeah, those are great too. This is a really funny misunderstanding between men and women about lingerie. Women are always telling me like, what's the point? You see it for, 10 seconds and then it's on the ground. Like, what's the point of putting it on in the first place? And so I always have to tell them, there's a point. Maybe you can tell them for me. What is the point? Tell me, Shawn, what is the point to putting on lingerie?
It's something new. It's sexy. It's something that you don't see, your spouse in every day. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But it's just one of those extra sparks.
So to you, it's worth it even if it ends up on the floor 10 seconds later.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I also like to compare it to wrapping a gift. It's the exact same thing. You take the paper off in 10 seconds and throw it away, but like we all wrap our
Great
gifts.
analogy.
Yeah, it's fun. It looks prettier. It feels exciting to open it up. So it's the same kind of thing.
What else?
Playing with toys can be fun too. There are definitely a lot of toys to experiment with in the bedroom. Dirty talk is another great one. We love encouraging couples to get more comfortable communicating during sex. And again, this is another way that people go to extremes. They think dirty talk, like, oh, I'm going to have to sound like some cheesy porn star. I don't want to, be saying all these ridiculous, like, ma'am, you forgot here's your pizza. You forgot the payment for it, right? But I think the dirty talk, it doesn't have to be graphic. And it doesn't have to be cheesy. For me, dirty talk is all about finding your authentic voice in the bedroom. So it's actually part of our, we have a membership for couples. We have a whole dirty talk guide in there where we go through finding the specific words. So even words for body parts, everybody has their own preferences. People will say, oh, I really like that word. Oh, I don't like that word. So finding the specific words that you like, or looking at examples and saying, yeah, it would sound really hot to me to hear that versus that one's a little too, overboard for me. So experimenting with that. But dirty talk can be very simple. Something like, I want you. You look so good right now. I can't wait another second.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.